It is with great pleasure I present Group 3's media proposal to New Mexico Highlands University Rio Rancho. First, let's understand where New Mexico Highlands University Rio Rancho is today. This is where we started. In our definition of the problem, Group 3 has determined the problem to be that of student enrollment. Number one, a lack of productive recruiting on the part of New Mexico Highlands University. Number two, no brand awareness, which is the one critical element in any recruitment effort. In an effort to remedy the problem, New Mexico Highlands Rio Rancho has clearly defined the goals and objectives, and it has allocated roughly $25,000 to the advertising effort. However, one of the impediments has been and continues to be that of recruitment. Recruitment for the colleges and universities in today's economy continues to be one of the most agonizing issues. That is because many recruiters for higher learning are primarily reactive order takers, not proactive professional recruiters. Let's restate the goals. They are specific and long-term. The brand awareness, increased student enrollment through college transfers, cater to the underserved and disenfranchised, the enrollment of low-income or minority prospective students, and become the school of choice for the graduate stepper and the undergraduate stepper. The stated objectives will be short-term, but they must support the goals and must be measurable and tangible. It is to establish brand awareness via the most effective manner possible, to ensure the target market is penetrated, and achieve the media plan through the lowest possible investment while receiving the highest returns. New Mexico Highlands Rio Rancho must fully utilize the resources available to it. One of the most noted and valuable resources it has at its disposal is that of its alumni. Two-term Congressman Ben Ray Lujan, seven-term State Representative Jane Padrell Colbert, 14-plus years as a government official, New Mexico State Attorney Hector Balderas. In addition to its political resources, New Mexico Highlands Rio Rancho should solicit the participation of a number of the corporations in the immediate area. They include the Intel Corporation, Hewlett-Packard, Walmart, and the Presbyterian Hospital System. The proposed media plan for Group 3, that of the target market. The target market consists of high school students. There are more than 23,466 senior high school students within the Albuquerque School District, 4,519 in the Rio Rancho Public School District, and 200 in the Bernalillo Public Schools. This amounts to 32,704 high school seniors, of which an estimated 60% graduate and 65.9% went on to various colleges and universities. Having said that, there remains a pool of over 12,931 students from which New Mexico Highlands Rio Rancho can compete for their enrollment. The next one is ex-military, Within the Albuquerque area, there are approximately 3,393 active duty personnel stationed at Kirkland Air Force Base. There are 1,066 Navy, Army, and Marines reservists in the Albuquerque area. These individuals are high school graduates, and many have just completed basic training and have the desire, the time, and the means to further their education. New Mexico Highlands Rio Rancho, due to its accessible and flexible class schedules, should be their venue of choice. The next target market is community college transfers. The college transfer student has been and continues as a main source for increasing student involvement at New Mexico Highlands University Rio Rancho. These prospective students should be pursued at all costs. They are one of the major sources of college transfers would be that of the New Mexico Community College, which is commonly known as CNM. The average age of the current CNM student is 28 years old, and many are eager to continue in their quest toward a college degree. As a source for college transfers, CNM can significantly increase student enrollment at New Mexico Highlands University Rio Rancho due to the fact of its student population, which is estimated as 9,227 full-time students and 19,458 part-time students. The graduate stepper and the undergraduate stepper are indeed prime candidates for many of the courses and curriculums offered at New Mexico Highlands Rio Rancho, due in part to its accessible and flexible class schedules, which would be ideal for them. Parents seeking a college education for their graduating high school student will find refuge in the fact that New Mexico Highlands University provides the most affordable quality education in the western United States. Employees in the social work environment are mandated to maintain their certifications, and New Mexico Highlands University at Rio Rancho is an excellent place in which to do so. In addition to offering the courses and curriculum for those desiring a degree in the social work arena. Those individuals seeking degrees in the counseling field will find New Mexico Highlands University at Rio Rancho as one of the few institutions in the Albuquerque area offering the courses and curriculum that they desire. Once we took a look at the target market, we asked, as this cartoon depicts, who else should we target? The media plan criteria. The media chosen must meet or exceed the following criteria: the goals and objectives of New Mexico Highlands University at Rio Rancho, the reach and the frequency of the target market, the defined budget of New Mexico Highlands Rio Rancho, and it must be a media that can be evaluated. Obviously, there are a number of advertising options, and those options include the internet, television, radio, print media, which we'll refer to as direct mail, the newspaper, billboard, and magazines. The selection of the media. As we look at the media options, we can take a look at and see how they impact the university. One of the options is television. There are various advantages to television. It provides visual impact, allows for a high degree of coverage, can provide a captive audience, but there are also disadvantages. It may or may not reach the intended audience, and sometimes the cost may be prohibitive. There is the internet. It also provides certain advantages. It allows the targeting of specific groups. The message can be tailored. It can provide interactive capabilities, and it has a high availability for information access and allows for creativity. The current budget of $28,000 is to commence in June of 2016 and continue through July 1st of 2017 and will be distributed over several media options. The current website of New Mexico Highlands University is very difficult and cumbersome to navigate. If you're attempting to get information on New Mexico Highlands University at Rio Rancho, one of the first efforts that must be undertaken by New Mexico Highlands is to establish a direct link that would allow you to get to the Rio Rancho site immediately. Direct mail is one of the media options. It is a vital tool to be used. However, the use of it should be directed to target those individuals identified from a thorough examination of the designated demographics. Billboards. They speak for themselves, but when placed in strategic locations throughout the Albuquerque, Rio Rancho, and Bernalillo areas, can provide substantial returns. Magazines. Due to the designated target market, it will not provide the reach or frequency to allow New Mexico Highlands Rio Rancho to achieve its goals. Non-traditional support media. It should be utilized whenever possible, as it will allow Highlands Rio Rancho to be where many of its competitors are not. Cable television. Much like magazines, it will not provide the penetration into the desired target market. The media selection. What we were looking for was the highest return for the lowest investment. We have chosen radio, internet, direct mail, television, and non-traditional media. Our justification for these choices is basically based on the fact that these media meet the goals and objectives, they're the lowest overall cost, has the reach that we're looking for, provides the schedule that we desire, addresses our frequency concerns, and meets the budget allocation, and it's easy to evaluate. There are a number of advantages to the use of radio advertising. There are cost, efficiency, receptibility, selectivity, and flexibility. The implementation of the media plan. Radio advertising should commence on May 1 through May 30th, even though the current budget mandates is to start the campaign on June 1st of 2016. Doing so will alert those potential students who may be in preparation for the fall semester. The radio initiative should continue throughout the budget period. Television, due to its cost, is best utilized during Thanksgiving and Christmas holidays in spite of the high cost. Group 3 recommends that a direct mail campaign be instituted during the June to August time frame. New Mexico Highland Rio Rancho has some very distinct advantages, and many students would ask, why would they want to attend New Mexico Highlands University at Rio Rancho? Several of the reasons are: it has the most affordable tuition in the western United States. The ratio of instructors to students is one of the lowest among universities in the western United States. It is the most cultural diverse colleges within the state, and the online classes provide both flexibility and accessibility. Let's take a brief look at the competitors to New Mexico Highlands University Rio Rancho. The competition consists of the University of New Mexico, North American University at Rio Rancho, Southwestern University of Visual Arts, New Mexico State University, Brown Mackie College, the ITT Technical University, and lastly, the University of Phoenix. The Group 3 media proposal has a number of benefits, and we say that there ain't no stopping us now, because now we have the ability to provide, with this proposal, we have the ability to provide brand awareness, increase student enrollment, increase community visibility, increase political support, increase business support, and increase visibility by parents of potential students. The big deal for New Mexico Highlands University at Rio Rancho is it is where a quality education is affordable. Once again, by the university accepting the proposal by Group 3, it will experience increased student enrollment, increased business support, increased political support, brand awareness, and once we've gone through all of that and you have chosen the media, there should be a media evaluation or after action review. And there's certain questions that you would want, questions and answers that you would want to derive after that review. And that is, did the media meet the goal and objectives of New Mexico Highlands Rio Rancho? Did the media penetrate the target audience, resulting in increased student enrollments? Was the message delivered clear and consistent? Was the coverage equal to or greater than that of our competitors? And does the media provide an analysis report to justify its cost? If the university accepts our proposal, success will have been achieved. New Mexico Highlands Rio Rancho is where a quality education is affordable.